What's going on, everyone? This is yet just another vlog. As you can see, it's a little more official than my other ones. I don't know if you saw my last Instagram post or whatever, but we probably got, we do have 4 lights set up, a microphone that you can't see but you can hear. There it is. And we got George behind the camera. Thanks for George for helping me set this up. You guys saw the time lapse. It takes a lot of work and everything. I decided to come here for spring break, spend more time in the studio, work on more projects, so on and so forth. Get a better experience rather than just coming here for a weekend. The past, I only went Thursday, Friday, Saturdays, and usually they would have their shoots at the beginning of the week. I actually got to hold the microphone that time. Not as easy to think. My arms were pretty sore the next day because I had to hold the microphone for probably at least 20 minutes straight during the interview. My forearms are still kind of sore, so I think that means I got to go back to the gym. What I got out of this week is just a better idea what a week is like at the studio. You can obviously get a lot more done just being here for a whole week rather than just a weekend. You know, doing this for only 3.5, 4 years and going to school, you'll learn quite a bit in school. You'll learn basics, you'll learn white balance, you'll learn lighting, you'll learn all that stuff. But I don't know if I said this in previous vlogs, but that's only about 5, maybe 10% of what you're gonna get out of it. You gotta go out there, you gotta get your footage, you gotta make your videos, you gotta keep editing, you gotta keep editing, and that's how you're gonna get better. That's how you learn transitions, audio, cleaner audio, cleaner transitions, better storytelling the more you keep editing. And it's just a bunch of repetition, you know? So it's about going out there, getting your content, and then the best thing to do is just find a studio, whether if it's at school, whether if there's a local studio, trying to get in there and get some more experience. You learn a ton spending a whole day in a studio just by editing or doing shoots like this, just talking to the camera. George and I were just setting this up for an hour, and I learned a lot in that whole hour just by setup, you know? Just whether if it's sound levels, different lighting. We played around with the lighting itself. Like that time lapse was only half of the setup that you saw right there. And after that, when I had the camera set up, we moved around some lights. We added some flood to the backlights and whatnot. It takes time. And you'll learn, and like I said, you learn a lot in a studio, spending time in a studio, excuse me. There's this quote, and the reason I learned about this quote because of Casey Neistat. He's a videographer, and he made a video, and he had this quote in here. It said, "If I followed the rules, I would have never gotten anywhere." So where I'm leading with that quote, so I said, you know, learn the basics, learn from professionals, learn from experience and all that stuff. But at the same time, you have to use your judgment, you know? When I was setting this up and everything, I used my judgment as well. Like, yes, you learn the 3-point lights, the 3-point lighting, which is fill, key, and spotlight, but you also gotta use your instinct a little bit. Then if you know something can be better, go a little beyond that. I mean, there's so many times where a customer or a client or customer said, we want this, but we went beyond what they said, and about 99% of the time they liked it. Because at the end of the day, you're the one with the creative mind. You're the one with the creativity. You're the one that's doing the video. So you have to use your instinct at the end of the day. One thing I definitely learned is instead of working for your clients, it's about working with your clients. That's how you build relationships and get more clients in, because that's when clients start liking what you do and how you do it, you know? So I think obviously the client's gonna give what they want, okay? And like I said, you gotta sometimes go beyond what they think if you feel that it's better, if you have an instinct that you think it's better. So back with working with clients instead of working for clients. Build that relationship with your client. Know what they want. If you have additional questions for them or additional suggestions, if you know you want to change something, let them know. Be responsive, be social with them. Like I said, create a relationship with your clients. So they like you more. They like coming back to you more to get more video work from you, and word of mouth. You know, at the end of the day, that's the traditional way for marketing and promotion. You know, people word of mouth. You know, so when they start liking what you do and how you do it, they're going to tell their friends, they're going to tell other businesses. So I mentioned briefly in my last vlog that we moved to a much bigger studio. We went from 600, maybe 700 square foot studio to almost a 10,000 square foot studio. And we moved with DPI Digital Content. They're a photography company. They did great work for years for the city of Cleveland and much more. It's really cool. Like, we basically have 3 different areas where we can just do a shoot like this, something simple. We have a full-size like garage type thing where we can do like something for a car in here. So that's really cool. We have our own, and we have a whole separate room where we do all the editing. So much bigger space, much more roomy. Last studio, our editing lab and kitchen were sharing rooms. So put that in perspective a little bit. And it's really exciting. You know, Purple Films has been around officially had been around for about 3 or 4 years. And just being an intern here and seeing where the direction it's going, moving to a bigger studio is really exciting. You know, just even from my point of view. A few big projects we've been working on as of lately. This week, we actually worked on our last Rising video from with WKYC. As I said in the previous vlogs, what Rising is. It's a series about inspirational stories about people around the city of Cleveland. For example, the one we did this week is about a lady who is a recovering alcoholic and starting a rehabilitation center in Sugar Falls. The place is called Luna Living, and she's very, very successful right now. The place is very successful as well. So cool stories like that. And one of my favorites were actually, I want to say this kid was about 16, 17 years old. And he plays basketball at Cleveland Heights, but he has a cerebral palsy. And that was a really cool story, and that was really inspirational because it kind of was a story. You look at this kid who's on the basketball team, and he's actually a good ball player. He has great ball handling, and he's actually a good shooter. You kind of look at this kid, you watch this story, and you think, what's my excuse of not doing what I want to do and what I want to be successful in? Like, what's my excuse? I'm fine. I don't have a disease or anything. You know, so I don't. That's what I got out of that story. That was a real inspirational one. We're actually just starting another series. It's a little different from Rising. This past Monday, we went to a motorcycle shop called Disowned. It turned out to be a great interview, besides the fact that my arms almost fell off because I had to hold the microphone the whole time. But besides that, it went really well. No, but these cool stories, how these young business owners start their own thing, and they have their different stories of how they started, why they started it, and what's their motive for their future, you know. And so that's gonna be what our series is about. We recently did 2 videos for that series. Both were designers, including Glenn Infante. Glenn Infante also has his own clothing brand. He's a painter. A few weeks back, when I posted the picture with the Eazy-E painting, that's Glenn Infante's work. Very impressive stuff. And you can catch these videos, our last 2 videos, on the Purple Film social media, including Instagram and Facebook, and also on the Purple Films website. So this question's relating to what's my favorite thing that I've done so far. Besides the awesome lunches we get from the cafes around the area we work at, I'd say just being able to do what I like to do every day. You know, in the past, I would either just find the nearest chair or somewhere, a cafe on campus, and, you know, just do editing from there and whatnot. But now I'm in a studio almost every day and just work on stuff. I think my favorite to narrow it down a little bit, what my favorite thing is to do is with this business, you don't work with just one demographic really. You work with multiple demographics. You know, we work with designers and artists. We work with young entrepreneurs who own motorcycle shops. You know, this rising series that we did. It's just all these different stories, from a kid who is a basketball player to recovering alcoholics who's starting businesses and helping other people, war veterans, and all these private equity firms and people like Mace Pepper Spray, and so on and so forth. And you work with all these different people and clients, and you learn so much about how businesses are run, how different brands are made or run or whatever. So I think that's the cool part about video, working with different demographics, not just one. What's it like being in the Purple Films office? Every day I walk in, I'm just ready to go. You know, I'm ready for the next project. The overall mood, you know, right now there's 6 guys total. It's a teamwork type of thing. You know, we learn from each other, and we're willing to teach each other. And I can definitely speak for myself on that, because the guys in here right now definitely have more experience under the belt than I do. I've only been doing this for a few years, and I'm just starting to work a lot more with the Adobe Suite. I always worked on Final Cut before this. Each weekend or week I come here, I'm learning a lot more. So it's definitely guys who are on the same mission. And, you know, we become friends, and we're willing to learn from each other. That's the cool part. And at the same time, we all have the same goal, and the goal is create the best content and videos for everyone. You know, our mood's always positive. Our mood is always optimistic. The glass is always half full, and we're always moving forward. It's never moving on. It's always moving forward. You know, and we all think of different things. You know, we all have different ideas, but we all work together on it. You know, the energy is positive. The energy is motivating. You know, we all want, you know, in this industry, especially the smaller production companies, they always want to go to the top, and that's not about moving on. That's always about moving forward. I guess the overall mood, you can say, is just positive, oriented, and just motivational. You know, we're just, like I said, willing to learn from each other, and ready to just make each video the best it can possibly be. Or if it's a small project, big project, medium project, whatever it is. I was just asked if it's important to maintain that attitude. Absolutely. I can't stand being around negative people. It's just not right. It's not right for people around you, and more importantly, it's not right for yourself to have a negative attitude, because you're not gonna go very far with that. I mean, yeah, bad things happen in the world. The world's not perfect. The best things aren't gonna happen to you every day, but it's about keeping that attitude, keeping that positive attitude, keeping that motivational attitude, and keeping that not moving on, but moving forward mentality, whatever work you're in, not just video, but with anything. I do want to say one more thing. Recently, I lost a friend and a mentor, Mr. Rapaski. She recently passed away and was battling cancer for about 5 years now. And I can speak for a lot of people, because she taught at Holy Family for quite a long time. So I guess you can say this vlog is dedicated to her. And I'm currently doing something called a Remembering Mr. Rapaski booklet. You can send it to my email, apmarchionda, marchionda. Sorry, I forgot how to spell my name for a second, at gmail.com. Send a story, send a memory, just send something nice to say. Or if you have like pictures from the past or whatever, and I'm gonna put a booklet together and hand it to Holy Family, just have something in memory, or whatnot. And I have an event page on Facebook. You can find me on there, or like I said, just email me. I can post it and put your name. And if you had her, please say what class you had her in, what type of class you had in, which obviously was English, but what year did you graduate from Holy Family? We miss you, love you, a lot of good memories, and I'll remember if I lose anything, I'll ask St. Anthony. That's one of the things she taught us. So, all right, guys. So before George behind the camera takes the camera off the tripod and shows what this whole set is like, so it doesn't look like I was joking around earlier. I'd like to say thank you for watching this vlog once again. I tend to do this every week. This one was a little longer because this is my halfway point. I wanted to touch on a lot of things. I'm going to get more detail in what we're doing in the coming vlogs. But thank you again. And if you have any questions you would want me to answer, please feel free to message me, comment in the video here or whatever. I'll be happy to answer it in the next vlog. Here's the set right here. Be ready, everyone. I don't know if you can handle this. You got? Look at that. Look at this. Look at that. If I could do a backflip right now, no, I'm kidding, I can't. But if I could do that right now, I'll do it right in set. So yes, light, 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 microphone. So, and a very nice white backdrop. Oh, and just one more tip. Whenever you have lights, an audio stand, or whatever, anything that handles weight, make sure you have these here. These sandbags or weights or something, because there's actually, I had an incident one time where I was interviewing someone and a light shattered because I didn't have weights set on it. So if you're doing any of this stuff, make sure you have sandbags, some kind of weight so they don't move, because it's not going to be pretty. You're not going to be very happy. So anyway, have a great weekend. Thanks for listening, and see you next week.